It's a brand new episode of the Gill Show, and here's what's coming up.
And they cut the hole in the middle, and he goes, "Oh, it's the lady from karaoke."
What about periods? I get
I get them once a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's messy.
What emojis do you think she used, Bill?
Well, probably the baby one and a knife.
Welcome back to another episode of the Gill Show. Bill Parker's here, Chris Novelino, a.k.a. Mo. My name's Chris Kanya, and one thing you shouldn't do while working is run through your phone and start texting people. Whether you work at a Chipotle or at a gas station, or if you're a judge in Oklahoma, you should probably pay attention to what you're doing while working.
Same thing as working at a Chipotle.
Yeah.
I'm saying anywhere. You shouldn't be texting while working. That's kind of like the first rule in every handbook, isn't it?
Well, everybody does it.
Like I said, no lettuce, but you were texting. Sorry.
Sorry. I said not guilty, but you were texting.
In prison.
Look at this. Oklahoma judge who sent more than 500 texts during a murder trial was forced to resign.
500.
So I don't know. How long is the average murder trial? Probably, a couple weeks?
I mean, it definitely takes time. I would guess a couple weeks.
Well, apparently this murder trial wasn't too interesting. I mean, you really have to be a judge for a long time to not be fully intrigued by a murder trial, right?
She actually texted boring to a friend.
Boring, LOL.
Boring. Murderers, am I right? Look, she's got the drawer open. I bet she keeps the phone in there and she just pulls.
Absolutely.
She's like yanks the drawer open, pulls it out, and she's like,
She couldn't be bothered to close the drawer. For people just listening, it's like a top-down view of behind the judge's chamber. Or no, chambers would be in the back where the judge sits. The drawer's open. You can see a yellow highlighter in the drawer. And then just like you would be on your living room recliner or on an airplane or what, she's sitting back. The phone is kind of just under the desk level, and she's like resting it on her stomach and scrolling.
"Yep,
Yeah.
Clear as day.
classic move."
It's like when I used to read comic books in elementary school without the teacher noticing. Looks like I'm looking at the book we're looking at, but no, it's actually Spider-Man. So.
She texts LOL. It's lolling out loud.
Jesus.
Yeah, she agreed to step down a couple weeks ago after she was caught sending hundreds of texts from the bench while overseeing a murder trial and the killing of a 2-year-old boy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, buried the lead there, didn't we?
Sorry.
I don't want to say buried. That's also.
It gets worse.
Oh God.
The messages included things that mocked prosecutors and were sprinkled with emojis. So.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Also, I like how the headline is after all that, she's forced to resign. Meaning she wasn't like, yeah, I see your point. She's like, no, you're going to have to throw me the fuck out of here. All right.
Yeah. You think she'd be like, "Look, obviously I'm done with this. I'm mentally checked out.
Right.
I resign." Yeah. No, they're like, she's like, "No, I'm fine."
It's you guys that are fucked up.
She wrote, "I promise to uphold the Constitution in a fair, even-handed, and efficient manner. I believe that I have done so. However, being human, I've also faltered." Sending emojis during a murder trial of a 2-year-old. I mean,
Jesus.
What emojis do you think she used, Bill?
Well, probably the baby one and a knife.
Yeah, the baby and the knife, 100%. The baby and the ray gun, because they won't let you use a gun anymore.
Oh, is it the water gun? Oh, you have the Android, right? We have a water gun on our end.
Speaking of ray gun, he's the one that appointed her to this position. And
she's texted her friend. The baby had it coming to him. We don't know what the baby did.
Yeah, but the emoji thing is crazy. That's crazy, right?
Emojis. I can't even use emojis without a murder trial going on. I'm a regular. You ever try to, like, somebody sends you an emoji, you go to, like, I'm looking for the other emoji to, like, respond with. They're like 9 topics down by the time I find the fucking emoji. Like, it's already long gone, everything, because it took me so long to find just the.
Is that the Home Alone one?
There is like a Van Gogh-esque Home Alone one, I think.
Yeah. There's a search bar there. You can type in what you want and it gives it to you.
Well, we don't know.
You don't have to search,
What
right?
do you mean?
He's got the other phone.
He's one of those.
Wait.
It feels like we're looking at one of his text bubbles right now with him sitting in front of it.
What do you
Thanks for the editing nightmare.
Sorry about that.
What do you search for? You put like shocked?
Yeah. Clown, flag.
I was like, look, guys, this is not the Patreon.
Eggplant.
Baby. Squirt gun.
Baby and gun. Knife.
Sleeping face.
Jesus Christ.
That's actually, if you put in Oklahoma trial, all of those come up.
Yeah, it's like a playlist.
I'm like, guys, did you not hear the whole first half of the show here?
The yawning face.
Yeah, it's a
Comes
playlist.
up.
Well, that's what I was thinking. The Z's.
Yeah.
That's what she's texting.
You ever send an emoji?
Here
And
we go.
I know your answer already, Mo, since you don't use them. But Bill, do you ever send an emoji and you're like, I hope the person doesn't think I'm being passive aggressive. I really do mean, like like a thumbs up could be seen as passive aggressive. But when I send it, I'm like, all right, got it, good to go. Like that.
Yeah.
Point received.
Do you
Don't send that shit to me.
I don't use emojis with everyone. Like I would send one to like you guys, but I wouldn't like send one to like say a client or something.
I think a lot of things.
Yeah. I'm definitely not sending the eggplant.
Even if you say like okay, sometimes I'm like,
right.
Fuck you.
Well,
the fuck do you think this is?
This is actually one that comes up a
because
lot.
it's no tone.
Yeah, if somebody writes back, sure, I'm like, that means no.
Oh,
that means you don't like what's happening right now, and you think I'm an asshole. That's what I think.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't ask everyone for anal. Maybe that's why. Sure. Yes.
What kind of microphone should I buy?
Yes.
That's a nerdy joke. Sorry. Sure is a microphone frame.
Oh.
That's doubly an asshole right there, isn't it?
You ever be happy you don't get a joke sometimes?
Well, let's not go
and
down
then
that.
upset when they explain
let's
it.
not go down that road.
Jesus. Actually, now I get that one. I feel like a fucking loser now.
What about periods? I get
I get them once a month.
I
I was gonna say it's messy.
I get shit for using periods in texts.
Oh,
People think
yeah,
I'm intense.
I learned that from my niece. I was texting with her, and she's like, "What's up with the period? You mad at me or something?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you even talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, if you use a period, that means you're angry at somebody." Oh, news to me.
I thought you were going to say it's just not in vogue. You mean it actually represents, like anger?
That's what I was told.
Or
Same.
I mean, I believe it.
What's up with
I definitely believe
to the point where they stop the conversation to address it. I think that's more insane.
Yeah.
All you said was, I just want to let you know I value our friendship and you're one of the best people I've ever met, period. They're like, you got a fucking problem, pal? Is this something you want to talk about?
Hey, can you stop using punctuation, please?
Problem?
Stop using punctuation.
Can you do that?
Thank you.
Well, I see. Have you seen this whole, now you don't need 2 spaces after the period?
Right.
I think we even touched on that maybe in an earlier episode. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. But now I'm seeing it posted like as a meme.
You definitely still use it, though. Mo, I see you do it on Facebook when you're writing stuff
The
out.
2 spaces?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why am I going to fucking change? I'm going to change how many spaces I'm fucking putting. Why did we change
That is
it?
par for
What's
the
the
course
problem? Was
for
there
you
a
as a
problem?
person.
Yeah, exactly. 2 spaces now is pretty soon it'll be no spaces.
Yeah, stop double parking your sentences with 2 spaces.
We don't have a lot of space left. Stop using so much of it. We're going green on our spaces.
Like most background.
God damn it.
So you're single spacing? So you're doing the single space, Bill?
Yeah.
I'm single spacing now. Yep. I'm single spacing.
I've always
Got a
single
man
spaced.
with an English degree doesn't even speak the language anymore.
I want to be the change I see in the world.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
You want me to single space?
You think
shit?
that judge was double
They make
spacing? Probably.
Sleeping emoji face, double space.
Speaking of change, I got a change of scenery recently. Went down to Aruba a couple weeks ago now. We skipped it last week because of the Super Bowl, but yeah, went down to back in September. I planned a trip to Aruba. I sent out a couple texts to people to see if they wanted to join. It ended up being a 14-person trip.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a lot of people.
Well, if anybody,
I don't even know 14 people.
I didn't have six friends in high school. I ain't got 6 friends now. Chris Rock bit when he's doing the joke about the trench coat mafia. that's 3-on-3.5 court.
I
Anyway,
thought you were just quoting me.
yeah. So, anybody, quick tip: people trying to plan group trips. It depends on how old you are. I'm learning. If you're in your 20s or 30s, I think I've discovered that it's easier if you want a big group trip to do what I did in September. You plan the trip and you go, here's where I'll be. If you want to go, you figure it out. See you at the pool.
That's great. Yeah, that's smart.
Oh, nice.
The last couple of years, I've been trying to get deposits, blocking off rooms, deciding on one place to go, and it's a nightmare. Everyone is in a completely different spot when they go on vacation, mentally and financially.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out great. Went down to Aruba, stayed in one of the all-inclusive resorts, and I mean, we could sit here for 3 episodes and tell you all the stories. But the first night, we could have left after the first night and been completely content with the trip. It was one of those.
Wow.
You get there mid-afternoon, you go check in your room, race down to the pool for that first, pool bar drink, and then it's off to the races. And now the people I went with, they're down to drink nonstop without responsibilities, and half the people have young kids, so this is like their big getaway for probably a year or two. No kids, open bar for 5 days. I mean, it's a dream, and the beach in the middle of the winter. So, dream come true for parents of young children. So everybody does that. Just that we start drinking, and towards the end of the night, 10 o'clock, the resort has like there's this one room where there's something different every night. There's a dance. There's a disco, they call it. There's whatever. They play bingo in there, and there's karaoke. Mm-hmm. It was the night that we went. They had karaoke.
Oh, boy. Well,
this karaoke was kind of interesting because the way it worked is there was a guy who was hosting who worked at the resort, and he started the whole thing. He goes, I'm going to play a song. If you know it, there's a bell in the middle of the room. Go hit the bell. And if you know the artist and the song, you win. So 8 people did just that. You go up, you ring the bell, you got it right. And then when you got it right, he sent you on the stage. There was 8 chairs. So our group had like half of those 8 chairs. So 4 people from our group and then 4 strangers. So then when the chairs were filled up, he goes, all right, here's how this works. The song you guessed is the song you have to sing karaoke. Like you don't get the pick. And it was all, all like, songs to make you like the big burly guys sang Madonna. I had a Britney Spears song.
Right.
Stuff like that. So it was purposely crafted to make it fun and funny, I guess. So everybody had their own moment when they were doing their song. The burly guy did kicks and the girl, whatever, did a cartwheel, whatever. It gets to my friend's wife, and she's singing Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. So we're up on stage, probably like 3 or 4 feet off the ground. So I don't know what happened, but in the middle of her singing Bad Romance, this woman charges the stage.
What?
She comes up on stage, again, 3-4 feet up. She takes the mic and goes, "That's it." She's all hammered. "That's it. This song's over. That's it." And come to find out later, I think she got jealous because her husband was on stage. She wasn't. And the girl who was singing is the 28-year-old girl, whatever, in a summer dress, tan, good looking. And I guess she got jealous. Wow. In some capacity.
Hey, so, that sounds like a stable marriage.
So she goes, "This song's
Bad Romance."
This song's over." And as she's like finishing her sentence, she steps back.
Oh, yes.
Dude, when I tell you,
come on,
she was, by the time she hit the floor, like if this is how she was standing, she was like completely horizontal.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
everyone, ooh,
Yes.
like it was one of those. And, you know, the mic crackling.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I had drinks in me. I didn't know how to react. So the chair I was in, I just got up, picked it up and turned it around and then sat back down and faced away from, because I didn't want to, I felt the embarrassment. Like I remember feeling so embarrassed for her that I felt embarrassed myself.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I would have been hysterically laughing because she's an asshole and she deserves it. But
Right.
I get what you're saying.
So then my friend, Bill, you know this guy, Wag, my friend, Chris Wagner, he's there. He, Mr. Jump into action, spring into action, right? So he gets up, he runs over to the girl, and I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, he's going to help her up. He takes the mic out of her hand, steps over her body to give it back to our friend's wife to finish the song. So she's like, and then
oh shit,
my friend's wife, she's like, she's completely in shock. She's like,
yeah,
la la na na na.
Wait, so the music never stopped?
No.
Oh, awesome.
She finishes the song.
Show must go on.
3 more people go. They do their thing. Everybody, again, had their moment in their own performance. And she won. She won the karaoke competition.
The woman who fell?
The blacked out fucking lady?
One of the funniest details about this is my friend, his wife won, our friend Nick, conspiracy theorist. He, the next morning he goes, hey, when that lady fell, I saw her pussy.
Oh my God.
Because she fell backwards with her leg up. Yeah, and he was just in the perfect. So the whole time we were like, man, I don't even remember what she looks like. I don't know. Is that her over there? Like at the pool the next day? Is that her? We got to look for the girl with the bruise. And Nick's like, I don't care who you say it is. The only way I can tell for sure is if I see her pussy. And then,
Can you imagine this police lineup? so, line. Oh,
we were walking through.
And how did his wife feel about him talking about this woman's vagina?
I mean, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. You never know with a 29-year-old Italian girl.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Fine. Did you see her again? Because you're in an all-inclusive, so you just see the same people over and over again.
I think I don't. People say, like, some people went to the buffet. They're like, I think that was her, big sunglasses. She was covered up. And I'm like, that's kind of everybody hung over at a resort. Like, no, we didn't get for sure confirmation, but we were walking through the scenario of like Nick going up to the girl and being like, ma'am, I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to need to see your pussy.
Well, but I'm going to need you to spread eagle.
See, someone like that, right? This is par for the course, right? They're doing shit like this all the time, so they don't really care that much. I mean, everyone can have a bad moment. I mean, if I had done that, if I were her, and like that wasn't really what I do, I just just drank too much and flipped out and I would have left. I would have left the resort and flew home, I think.
The old chances, I mean, it was a Friday, so there is a good chance the turnover is usually on Saturdays, I guess we were told. So there's a chance that was her last night, but I mean, we would have seen that she had to have a bruise from her ass to her shin. I mean, or up her back, depending on what landed first. But
you said it was 3 feet, right?
It was a stage like you would see if you were to go to like your son's play at a middle school or high school. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was a stage. It wasn't just a little thing they put together that night. It was like built into the.
Wait. So what did her husband on stage do? Did he leave?
Went down, helped her up. Yeah. They got her out of there.
That's what I wanted to know is how did she get up? Did somebody help her? I guess that answers that question.
Wait, you were on stage with the guy. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to pick him out of a lineup? You didn't know the guy?
No, well, he was just he was everybody looks the same at these things. They're all American dudes who are balding with Hawaiian shirts on. I mean, that's
a good point.
There's a type at these resorts. And I was, to be fair, I was very drunk. So
that goes
like a Devo concert. Wow. Yeah, no, you could get hurt. Those stages, that's a fall.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fall.
Especially if you're over any age over 25 years old, that's hurting for 3 weeks, a month.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
and she had.
If I go off the curb, I might be out for 2 weeks. Yeah. Forget about a stage.
This morning, I was taking a shower and I was washing my hair, and all of a sudden, my bicep just like when I couldn't. It hurt. I had to get out of the shower and actually like rub it down for a little bit to get it back to normal. Washing my hair. I can't imagine falling 3 feet onto my back. They'd have to get an ambulance in there.
Dude, it was loud. Yeah. It was loud. It was incredible. The first night, and by the way, this is the first night. This is like
so good. That's a great way to start it.
To put into perspective how the rest of the trip went, I want to ask you this too. When it comes to hibachi, when's the last time you were at hibachi where you sat around? Long time?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Easily a decade.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe a year ago.
Is it because you don't like it or just never think of it?
Yeah, I guess I never think of it. It's not that I don't like it. Actually, last time I was there, the guy who was cooking, I guess he didn't like me too much. He kept spraying me with the water, like just on my face and shit. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you in 2 seconds.
Are you sure this wasn't a massage parlor?
Oh no, actually, you're right.
No, his name was Benny, and his last name was Hana. Like, that's not a.
And actually, the water bottle is actually my penis. Now that I think about it, so
we're going to different.
Spraying you with your own penis.
So hibachi's
I went to Hibachi.
Hibachi's the hot commodity at these resorts. That's the one dinner you want to go to.
Temperature wise,
it's the one dinner you want to get in on because you know it's the hottest, freshest food. You know, all these resorts, they have the French restaurant, the Italian. They just take the same chicken, you know, put it over rice or put it under red sauce, and that's the difference between the Italian and French restaurant.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
But when you did go to hibachi, you might not remember this since it's been so long. Do you remember do you eat as it gets plated for you, or do you wait till the end where the whole dinner's done on your plate and then start eating?
I eat as soon as it hits the table, but I know what you're saying. People wait. Yeah, people wait. I think it's 100% people wait.
It's like, what's the point?
I can't fathom this. Why would they be serving it to you?
I think I would
They'd be just building a plate on the side and handing it to you if they wanted you to eat all at the end.
You would wait, Bill?
I don't remember what I do, but I feel like I'd be the type of person to wait. Yeah, because you're presenting a meal to me, right? When I get the meal and it's done, you know, that's it. I mean, would you watch half a movie and be like, "Well, let me know when you finish making it"? No, you'd be like, "All right, I'll watch the whole thing when you're done."
You mean like a part 1, part 2 kind of thing? I guess.
No.
Yeah. Well, don't they make 2-part movies?
I've never heard of one. Name one.
I guess I'd have to name 2, but anyway, I was just curious. That was a quick survey.
Mission Impossible, right? But wait, to your point though, first of all, the courses never end at hibachi, right? It's like there's soup, then they give you like lo mein, then they give you the rice, then they give you like some shrimp thing, then they give you this, then they give you that. By the time your entree if you're eating it the whole time, every time the entree gets there, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know if I'm even able to eat anymore.
Well, that could be the waiter's theory, because if you're there to eat filet mignon, you know, chicken, like that's the main course, you don't want to be full by the time the steak hits the plate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
because that's the last thing they give you, right?
Yeah, it's usually
is your protein.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your proteins last. They made volcanoes and they threw zucchini at everybody's face, sprayed Bill down with cum. Everything was, they did all that.
You know how much that extra that is?
Yeah, it's cum sauce.
It's on the bill. But the people that wait, by the time the entree gets there, they're like starting to eat, and everybody else is just bloated and fucking disgusted with their life already. They're like, "Oh, what have I done?" So everybody's just waiting around for the person that waited. You know, so you're like, "Okay, you want to finish this up here?"
So what happened? Somebody in your group they waited?
I was just curious because I noticed that there were people who waited and people who didn't. But I wanted to ask.
I don't think it's yeah, big deal. You know, like I wouldn't be like, well, look at this animal fucking eating earlier.
I don't know how you have the self-control to wait. When the hot rice hits and you put the ginger sauce all over it, how the hell do you wait?
It's delicious. I want it right now.
So,
ginger sauce actually is also my cum.
Last time I was at Hibachi, you know how like they take your order, like a waiter or waitress takes your order, but then the chef comes out and asks you the temperature you want if you get the steak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy comes out and he's just pointing at everybody, and he's an Asian guy. You know, they know how to make it look right.
They know how to point.
They're trying to make it look authentic, you know. So I'm thinking a lot of times these guys come out and they're, you know, like they'll do the birthday song and they're like, "Oh, birthday, baby son, baby son." They like yell things you don't even know what they're saying and everything. This guy comes out, he's like, he points and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have it. Can I just get no mushrooms?" I'm like over enunciating everything because I think the guy like doesn't speak English. He looks at me and he's like, "Yeah, no problem. What the fuck?" He's like perfect English. Everybody I was with was like completely embarrassed. I'm like, "What? I just assumed the guy was totally authentic."
I'm from Cleveland.
That was exactly the vibe. He was like,
"No raw mushrooms. I get it."
Yeah, he was like, "I speak fine. You speak like an asshole."
So at this resort, they have hibachi. We all get to sit down and to give you a glimpse in on what the mentality was on this trip. Same guy who saw the pussy. They were bringing people up to help, you know, to participate in the cooking. They had to like try to crack an egg and blah, blah, blah. So I dared, Nick was chosen to go up and participate. So I dared him to do something. And here's how it went. Yes, we're daring people to do things on this trip. That's the immaturity level. Let me see here.
Did you double dog dare him?
Check this out.
That's the secret, huh? Yeah, let me speak for you.
So what?
Oh my god!
Do not let me down.
He ate the raw egg off the ground.
Wow.
With the shell and everything. And that's his wife.
Wait, he ate the shells too?
Holy
He spit that out?
He just picked, no, he ate the whole thing.
Wow.
And this is his wife's
my
reaction.
God.
I caught the end of it.
That's a lifelong mistake she made.
Perfect. That's what's going through her mind right there in that shot. Oh my god!
You can see that she dropped.
They got like
You can see she was filming and dropped the phone like naturally because she was so shocked.
that's a perfect shot right there. They like make the beating heart of rice while he's up there, and they cut the hole in the middle, and he goes, "Oh, it's the lady from karaoke."
Hey, can you put a short red dress on that real quick? I just want to.
We just.
Hey, do me a favor. Throw that 3 feet to your left. I just want to see something real quick.
Yeah, just throw it off the table. Holy shit, it is her. Oh my god.
Yeah. It was just it was a week of chaos. There's another story where our one friend was like, "Hey, if we want to stay an extra couple days, my uncle has a place down here in Aruba." So when someone says that, I mean, I just assume, okay, it's some little like treehouse, beach bungalow, condo. You know, there's 5 of us. We're not all gonna, you know, stay on futons and pull-out couches in Aruba just so we could stay a couple days. Like we can get a place ourselves. So we kind of dismissed her. About that, you know, that offer that she extended.
Because she's a woman?
No, just because she's not
That's usually what you do.
That's not what I do.
Yep. We all know that about you, misogynist.
I told you that in confidence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Airing them out right here, huh?
I love women.
Internet like that pussy.
Suck it on it.
I love all women, all of them.
Chewing on it. Suck it on it.
There's my favorite one right there. Yeah, so this friend, and she knows it, is not usually the one to like have the in or like the hookup for things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get there the first night and we meet this uncle, and he invites us back for a drink after dinner to swing by his place. It's on the way back to the resort because we leave the resort for this particular dinner. So we take him up on it and we stop by. We walk into this house. It's like a 4,000 square foot house, like
Wow.
6 bedrooms, in-ground pool, a whole outdoor cabana area. And we look at this friend, we're like, "Hey, fuckface, maybe you should try."
How about some details?
Yeah, how about some details?
Perhaps elaborate a little bit more next time.
Yeah, Uncle Jerry.
It's like a fucking airstrip,
You're picturing a hostel.
private jet.
Oh, that, I mean, I pictured like a condo from 1999 with like a blue
Yes.
tub and shit like that. He had like
I was picturing like a hut with the dried leaves for a roof.
he had like, you know, marble floor, and we walked in and he had like, I don't know what you would call this, but it's a living room. It's a living room that goes both ways.
Oh, all right. So living room?
Yeah,
Too
too easy.
So back-to-back couches, right, with flat screen TVs and like fireplaces on both sides. So you and I could sit back to back and be in two different living rooms, experiencing two different things.
You sure that wasn't a mirror?
Well, no, I'm not sure, honestly.
Said you were drinking a lot.
Hold on. Maybe he just had a mirror.
There was this guy there who was like 6'3", had a mullet.
He had two of me.
Wouldn't shut the fuck up. Told me about some dumb podcast he does with two idiots. I mean, it was crazy. This guy had a lot of friends.
Handed me a sticker.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but it was one of those trips. Definitely got it out of my system, though. You know, I don't know how you guys are after a vacation, but that big group trip was exactly what I thought it would be. But I don't know if we'll do it that big every year.
Yeah, you feel exhausted when you get home, like you need another vacation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
an actual relaxation, like a rest and relaxation vacation.
That's where I'm at in my life.
Well,
is I want the relaxation. Like I'm over the partying and whatever. I'm not saying I wouldn't have friends or have a good time, but
I'm starting to shrink it a little bit.
Even just the travel.
Yeah, I'm starting to shrink it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like 3 days of the party part, and then I want 3 days of relaxation, even if it's all on that vacation. You know?
Yeah.
I like the travel's exhausting too.
Yes.
So I like to build a couple of extra days after the travel's over.
Correct.
Like fly back, take at least 2 days before I go back to any work or anything like that. But that's the good thing about vacation. Like if you go back to work or whatever your life demands, all of a sudden, like those people that pissed you off every time they open their mouth, all of a sudden it's not so horrible anymore.
Yeah, for a while,
you
right?
can take it
For a very short
for a
amount of
little while, not long.
Yeah.
You
Eventually it
saw
comes
where I was
back.
going with that. Oh yeah, like a week later, you're like, "Fuck, Betty in accounting." She's. Can you believe she fell off that stage in Aruba? No.
All right, we're headed over to Patreon. We'll see you this Thursday, every Thursday on Patreon, patreon.com/The Gill Lane Show. Many people are enjoying it. We hope you come try it for free, which you can do for 7 days. So again, check us out on Patreon. Tons to talk about, more Aruba stuff. There's a new player in the shoe game. It's not Michael Jordan. It's not LeBron James. It's someone
LeBron James.
you'd probably expect, actually. You're not going to be too shocked, but it is definitely worth coming over to Patreon to see.
Okay.
Plus, a billionaire was at a UFC event this past weekend, and a video of him, just a short clip is viral. It's going nuts for a weird reason. He didn't fight. He didn't spend money. He did. It's his mannerisms that people are talking about. All right, we got that and a lot more over on Patreon. We'll see you there.